Phil Spencer talks acquisitions and supply, and ID Software might be working on a popular reboot. Welcome everybody and thank you for joining me. We have a few things to go over today, starting with Xbox looking for more acquisitions. Now the story of Xbox buying out more studios is something that has been rumored for a while now, but today we actually got word from Phil Spencer himself in terms of what he is looking for their next acquisition. Speaking in an interview, he said, "When I think about what kind of genres that usually are associated with Xbox, yes, we have Roadblocks, we have Minecraft, we have FIFA and Fortnite, but we want to continue to invest in more social, casual content that is out there. We have a lot of ambition." Now based on those words, it is clear what they are looking for. Xbox has always gravitated towards more social type of game like Elder Scrolls Online and Sea of Thieves instead of massive AAA games like Sony. They had a lot of success with Minecraft, and I am sure that they would like to continue that trend if possible. Now it is also not just about buying out massive studios, it is also about creating your own studios and games. Part of creating a studio is the idea that at some point you will be able to financially exit and realize the risk that you took and see the benefits of that. It is a two-sided economy of creators starting new teams, taking risks, doing new things, seeing that to completion, and then those studios becoming part of something bigger. Now it is clear based on this interview that Xbox never really stopped looking for more studios, and at this point the only question is when they will be making their next big announcement. Now to move over the conversation just a little bit, in this interview Phil Spencer also spoke about the supply issues of Xbox once again. As most people know, supply is still short, and although reports are coming out that things will start to clear up around the holidays, it is still very difficult to get your hands on a current gen console. When speaking on the issue, he said, "Diversifying the supply chain is something that we've really been looking at Microsoft and Xbox, and making some decisions with our supply chain partners to ensure that no one global situation can pinch the supply as much as it has for us over the last 18 months. Microsoft will invest to get fabrication built in different locations. We need to be in a position where we continue to deliver products to customers. That is my responsibility. I don't get to use supply chain as an excuse in the long run." Now that obviously is easier said than done, but hopefully it is something that they can work on. It is not going to solve the current problem, but it will at least help to prevent the next one. But then let's also quickly move on and talk about the next big game that might be in the works for Xbox. With Microsoft's recent acquisition of Bethesda, it is only natural that people want to know what will be next. It was a massive purchase and people are expecting massive games, and by the looks of things, it is something that we will be getting. A recent leak revealed that ID Software, who is behind Doom, is working on a brand new game that will be exclusive to the Xbox Series consoles. As per comic book, Bethesda owns ID Software and Microsoft owns Bethesda, which means that ID Software, the studio best known for Doom and Quake, is now making Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S console exclusives. There is always a chance that the developer will make multi-platform games or experiment with multi-platform releases, but this seems unlikely. Going forward, the safe assumption is that PlayStation 5 players will be missing out on ID Software releases going forward, which is a big loss for PlayStation fans, as ID Software is one of the biggest developers in the industry. Right now we don't know what it's working on after releasing Doom Eternal in 2020. That said, we have a hint thanks to some job listings for the studio, which reveals that the team is working on a long-running iconic action FPS that will feature AAA quality sci-fi and fantasy environmental festas and skyboxes. Now in this article they do go on to suggest that Xbox might be looking to reboot Quake in the same way that they did with Doom, which if you ask me is not the worst decision out there. It is clear that based on this leak, they are busy with their next big project, but only time will tell exactly what that project will be. But as of right now, the leak seems to suggest that they might be working on a brand new Quake reboot. But on that note, this is where I'm going to end it. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you would like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing, and as always, please remember to stay safe, wash your hands, don't touch your face, and I hope to see you again soon.